Welcome to Rugby. I'm here on Free Sports, and we've got another action-packed show. The main man, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, and this man, oh look, he's Scott Tag Taylor, Hull FC in England. Scott, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on, mate.
No worries, mate. Good to be here.
Everybody keeps saying doing this unlucky, mate. I've never actually heard it live from the source.
Can you do it?
Give us it. Look to the camera. Unlucky, mate.
Unlucky!
Where does it come from? Where does it start?
I don't know. A few years ago, it was just one of them things. I think I even started at KR, and something really bad happened to one of the boys. Everyone was really serious, and I just chucked out the old unlucky. And since then, anyone who does anything, they just get it in the face.
Ryan Hall loves it. Every story that he's got where you've said it, he's told me. And he runs round the changing rooms doing it every time.
Was he your roommate?
It was a roomie first 10 days, for the World Cup, and he's a character, but I loved him, got on well with him.
Have you had some strange roomies, or is he the strangest? Because we know Holly really well, and he's a bit special.
About my first night, I'm lying in bed, and all of a sudden I hear bloody Pavarotti coming belling out. Turn round, he's there with his earphones in, Pavarotti on, and I tap him going, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, got to listen to classical music to go to sleep, Tag." I'm like, "What?" So the full night I'm just lying there, and I've just got classical music bellowing out, and he's just lied fast asleep next to me snoring.
It seemed like a really good environment with England. Obviously, we were over there, we caught with the boys, and tonight you've got an England meeting as well, so you're going off. JP said it's a very together squad. Wayne Bennett's really brought the boys together. Did you get that sense when you were part of it?
Yeah, 100%. It was a strange one, really, because when you go there, you think it'd be a few more lads would be shy and you won't click straight away, but what Wayne Bennett's built, and JP's been a massive part of it, it's like a club. It's you spend 8-9 weeks with a team in Australia, you're going to get close, but we was close from day one. It was all about just doing things to bring yourself together as a team early on, and it was like a club atmosphere. Everyone knew each other, got on, and like I said, there was some good banter, bad banter, but it's just what you get on club level every day with your club, and it was great to be a part of.
He's a bit of an enigma, isn't he, Wayne Bennett? As far as we're concerned, the outsiders, but the lads always say they love him. What's your personal opinion of him?
I can't speak highly enough of him. Obviously, I didn't cement myself in the 17. I was 18th man for the World Cup final. And normally, when you're a player in that sort of position, you're a bit down on the coach, aren't you? But it just speaks volumes to him to show that the lads who won't play can still speak so highly of him. I know obviously people have the point of views, and he's Australian and this, that, and the other. But like I said, I'll back him no matter what. I think when I speak to people, some people expect me to go, "Oh no, I don't like him," blah blah. But he's a great fella, and he's just one of the boys, and for his age and the banter, what comes with it. And I feel sorry for you media guys when you interview him, but that's what he's like. He'll have his media persona, and then as soon as you go out the room, he's like, "I got him there, didn't I? They think I'm the man again." He's just one of the boys.
He's actually been really good with me, is Wayne Bennett. And ever I've interviewed him, I've got on with him all right. He's been decent. Looking at that campaign, it was so close. And being 18th man, did that just drive you to want to get into that 17? Was it a real kind of shot in the arm for you?
Yeah, it was obviously tough. It was out when you're out there and you're in that rugby bubble, and it isn't as if you can go home and vent to your missus or your mates. Like, everyone who was there is part of the same squad, and being 18th man, obviously it was gutting, but I was proud of the boys, what they did out there. And as soon as it got announced about the test series against New Zealand and the first game at KC Mar Stadium, I thought, right, I need to rip in this year and go to that next level and try and be in that 17 for that game.
The Denver game coming up, we all think it's really important. And next week's guest in the studio is a guy called Steve Mascord, who's really been banging the drum. He's a big journalist all the way from Australia, coming to sit on the sofa with us. Yeah. He's been banging the drum for the games to get the international calendar out there. You're looking forward to going to Denver?
Oh, if selected, then I can't wait.
You would have thought that obviously with Big Al unfortunately having the injury, you'd definitely get a chance.
Like I said, hopefully all I can do is just keep doing what I can do, and if I get picked, like I said, it's weird. I spoke to a few of the boys before, and they know that I love my NFL American football fan, and I actually follow Denver Broncos. It's balmy. I've got a Peyton Manning shirt at home, and all that lot. I used to be obsessed with him growing up. So to get a chance to go to Denver would be unreal, and I'd be blowing all my money in the club shop.
Right, looking forward, I'm going to talk about your career, I'm going to talk about your previous clubs, but firstly, we've had a really exciting week at rugby, and we've had a business lunch that were amazing. You'll see a video about it on next week's show. But another big win this week has been the announcement that the film, As Good As It Gets, that we've had a small role to play with it, has been taken on by Amazon Prime, Jonesy.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And that's where it's going in the digital age.
Yep.
Amazon Prime, Netflix, and that was the zenith. That was right at the top of the mountain, the dream for us when we went out on this adventure, and we've got there. By God's grace, we're there, and the film premiere is next week. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bit of positive fallout, and I just can't wait for people's reactions.
Yeah.
And like I said right from off, I hope it's not just another rugby league film. I hope it transcends the north, the south, the east, the west, and internationally, which it will do with the legs of Amazon behind it.
Well, now it's on Amazon Prime. Here is a 1.5 minute trailer of the film. You can see it. There's still a few showings left. If you would like to book on, if you're a Leeds fan, or if you're just a rugby league fan and want to see a really high quality, in-depth, behind-the-scenes look on an amazing achievement, the 2015 season, you've got to take a little view on it.
And the Blu-ray and DVDs will be released on Monday as well. Able to order them if you can't get to any of the premieres.
Yep, check this out, have a look, and let us know what you think.
That team was incredible. There was just some brilliant players.
Well, I thought we had the best squad in the country.
You know, we're the team that will do more than anyone else.
Got to have a good coach. Well, we had a great coach.
You know, he's the most successful coach the club have ever had, and delivered trophy after trophy.
And I always say, this might be as good as it gets, fellas.
I thought, you know what, I'm in hell here.
Not many people knew, but I had problems. He said, that's me. I said, whoa, what do you mean that's you? He said, that's me, I'm gone.
What's next? You know, but what comes next for me? Where do I go?
He went, Brian, this is the biggest decision this club's ever faced.
As good as it gets, certainly exciting, and the main man Wagger will be on the red carpet interviewing all you lot, the stars of the film. Do you think it's going to be a bit, after people have seen it, are you envisaging any problems?
Not really seeing any problem. The only problem I can envisage is that there aren't enough stories told.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to go down one narrative really acutely and be really detailed, and this is a story about 1996 up to 2015,
Yeah.
you know, a group of lads that went on this mad journey. But there's so many other ones that we could have told in there that we're not going to be able to do. One example that I might have mentioned before, Tommy Briscoe, 5 tries at Wembley, Lance Todd Trophy winner. There should have been a 45-minute documentary just on him.
Just on that achievement.
And you'll know, Tag, as well, NFL do it that well. And they make them all like superstars, like demigods. But unfortunately, in rugby, for whatever reason, I'm not blaming anybody, we just don't do those stories as well as we should.
No, like I say, if you catch us on some of the programs like the America's Game, Football Lives, and you see All or Nothing, and Hard Knocks. Yeah. I mean, I obviously took part in the Wigan Warriors Down Under one. Obviously, Andrew Powers and the camera crew come with us for when we went over there to face the Roosters, and yeah, we tried hard and we did everything we could, but the way they do it in America, they're just leading the way, and if we can get up there and catch them, then it's only good for the game.
Talking about, you mentioned Wigan there, you've had a few clubs under your belt. Is Hull FC your favourite club you've been at? Have you found your happy place?
Yeah, definitely. I'm at home. Season pass holder since I was 6 years old, getting took there with my mum and dad. So
how did you end up at KR then?
It just is what it is. I actually, a long story cut short, I had a good breakthrough here when I was about 15, 16. I had a bit of interest for Hull FC, but KR had just been promoted back into Super League and they were starting their academy again, and they made a big thing of it, and I think I was going to be one of the first signings. And basically, I was at an amateur team and I knew a lot of other amateur lads had already signed for all that age, and to be honest, I didn't like them, and I thought, I'm not going and putting up with that. I thought, I'll go to KR and make my own path here and go that way. And I went there, and Justin Morgan was great for my development there. I come through, and I was a back row at the time, and I come through underneath Clint Newton, Ben Gallier, and some top back rows, and they taught me a lot about the game, and tried following their footsteps, and then love the food too much, put on too much size, and end up going to prop, and there's no going back.
Can I ask you about the academy? Because they've linked up now, and I think they've been like that a couple of years. So, at the end of a game, when is it Hull City Academy?
Yeah, City of Hull Academy.
City of Hull Academy. When they win a game, where do they sort of pin their master in terms of a team song, or is it very much their own neutral?
Yeah, I think they brought it together. Obviously, Danny Wilson, Jason, and people like that brought it all together. For me, I thought it was a great idea. Put all the talent together. Do it again, and they had a real good run last year, and I think it's going to get a bit more complicated in the coming years to come, because it's going to be a bit like a draft system.
So I would say, how do they pick out who gets to go where?
Well, when they come together, I think when there was about when they first come together a couple of years ago, any lads who was, I think it was 14 or 15 and older, whichever team they was signed to then, they get first pick on them as they come through. But as the years come on now, and you get the new 40, 50 or 60-year-old lads coming through now, breaking through, it's going to be like a draft system. Basically, where they take it in turns or they go to the ice, but I just think it's going to get a bit complicated, and it's not something I'd want to be
It's
involved
another
in.
good story though for Rugby League.
It's a great story, and if you had the time and the money, you could do a fly-on-the-wall documentary and see how that develops.
Yeah.
Because the draft system might be the way that we all need to go, not just in Hull.
Well, look at the way NFL does it, and it tries levelling it up. I mean, you can come through at, like I said, at Leeds Rhinos, if they did it over here, be the best talent in the country, and you might end up having to go to Catalans and fly over there and live over there and adapt over there.
I love that.
And as a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, it's balmy, but it's going to break Super League level, and it's something you never know what they could look to in the future. But in American football, like I say, it's working well, and they've got the money to do it.
Well, one big prop who's certainly making waves in Super League is Keegan Hurst of Wakefield Trinity. He joined us on the show a few weeks ago, and when he won the Reds Challenge, the boys went down for a team feed. We thought we'd go along, catch up with him, and get his getting to know you. Check this out.
My name's Keegan Hurst, prop for Wakefield Trinity. I don't know. Not rugby, none of them. I don't know, Batman's pretty cool, isn't he? If I weren't a rugby player, well, I'd be unemployed. I don't know, I'd probably be a teacher, you know. Yeah, I'm good at shouting. No, I don't follow a football team. I suppose I go to Man U every so often to get a freebie. Anything with calories, like literally anything. Sunday dinner, go Sunday dinner, No, it was just a Peugeot. It was a banger. Computer broke on it and it didn't actually start in the end, so I had to park it on hills and bump it off every time. Usual Suspects is pretty good, isn't it? We got Usual Suspects. Favourite song? Well, it's contrary to popular belief, it's not YMCA or Macho Man or anything. Although Village People do have some absolute bangers. Don't know, I guess something by Robbie Williams probably, which isn't probably better than Village People, is it? I don't really like any of them. I got James Brown at Batley. Probably scoring first try for Wakey last year against Wigan in that last game of the season. That was pretty good. I mean, lads tried really hard to get me over the line, so it was the least I could do. Worst moment. I played in that Batley team where Sean Ainscough kicked ball when Hooter had gone. So, cheers, Aine, nice one. Yeah, that. I'm gonna go Spider-Man. Yeah, why not? Spider-Man. I'll tell you who I hate. I hate Superman. Like, he can't die. So there's no point having him. He's a useless superhero. There's no jeopardy. No one like Superman. Now, you wouldn't think so, and I certainly didn't think so before I went, but I'm going to say Adele. I went to see Adele and she was absolutely class. Yeah. I'd have to go Game of Thrones. It's just because it's epic, innit? Don't know. Some new tea. Favourite holiday destination? I'm gonna have to go Miami. Yeah, it was sunny and it didn't snow. But when I was a kid, I used to look forward to watching Shane Webcke play for Brisbane. Well, it would be remiss if I didn't say Red, seeing as we sat here, wouldn't it? So, Red Stew Barbecue, go.
Great to hear from Keegan there. I'm not sure if he's heard of Kryptonite though, Jonesy.
Kryptonite, yeah.
Yeah, Superman Superman can die.
He can die.
And he was dead in the last film. Just let you know, mate. You need to rewind that, have a little watch.
The number one rule of superhero is jeopardy.
Yeah.
They've all got to have a weakness, and they've all got to have an antagonist.
What would be your weakness? It used to be spiders.
Yeah, but I don't mind now. I've picked a couple of tarantulas up and I've got over it, yeah. I've
You were
still got
bad
them
though,
when
you were
they-
really
yeah, I was
bad, weren't you?
I used to jump if the stalk off, if a stalk off a tomato come off, I'd run a mile. Irrational fear. But I've always said my superhero, I'd like to have intuitive aptitude, which is the ability to pick up other people's superpowers.
You were like him off, what's it, Heroes?
Siler.
Siler.
But I'm a good version. I'd use it for good.
Good version. I would.
Would be your superhero type.
What would be your superpower? What would be your superpower?
Invisible, I think. You'd be able to get into some bad places. my weakness would be Washbrooks. He's the only man who can bring me down in this world.
Is he? Why is that?
When I get in a car in the morning and his breath straight at me and his banter, I'm just like, get me out of this car.
He's good for the team, though, because he's a bit of an elder statesman and he loves the club. Radders loves him.
Yeah.
Not as much as Radders loves you. You are the love child.
Yeah, I love that relationship, me and Radders. But no, Wash is great. He's been fair play to him. Like I said, he's one of my best mates and Mr. Utility. He's covering all over the gaff. Covering all over the gaff. And going into this year, I think it was going to be a bit like, will he play as many games? And obviously the people are coming through, he understands that. But start of season, from now, he's playing enough every game and he's contributing massively
Big
for us.
minutes as well.
Was he at wing at Widnes or centre, something like that?
He's been all over the place. All I know is that when we got them injuries in Australia and he got put in the centre wing, we got bent 3 times down there.
Looking through last weekend's fixtures, we've got picked 3 out as we always do on the show, just to talk about a bit of banter. You were there, York versus Catalan.
Yep.
Firstly, let's talk about your fancy dress, because here's your picture of you and Emma at Gary Dickinson's Joe's 40th.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Joe. You went as Mr. T. Not bad, Jonesy, for you.
Whenever I do costumes, I don't like to put big silly costumes. I like to make it as real as possible, utilise the beard and all that. But there's not many characters from 80s where they can get away other than Mr. T. So I've burned it out a little bit. My missus was my wingman, but it was a great event. It was an 80s birthday party, and it meant that I could stay over in the great city of York, probably my second favourite city behind Leeds. It's outstanding. Really, really got some big, rich medieval heritage and beyond Viking even. And I went over and had a little walk throughout the museum, across to the football ground there, Boothry Park, is it?
Bootham Crescent.
Bootham Crescent. Boothry Park.
Boothry Park, that's looking at me, that all city's all ground. It's being knocked down now.
No, it wasn't there, Bootham Crescent. And I did say at the time that it was probably, as a spectator, the best game I've seen this year.
Yeah.
York were outstanding, and they didn't just jag a few tries, they played some fantastic rugby and really tested Catalan out. Catalan a bit low on confidence, but as a Challenge Cup fixture, really exciting. And the best thing is, I think there was nearly 4,000 people there who I'm sure will be inspired to go right back next week.
And lastly, we've got to mention it, Hull versus Leeds. Big win for you guys. Nearly as big as Mickey Payne's eye shot on Jones.
Do you know what? I think you looked at me at back end of the game and took a double take. So I had a couple of black eyes, blood everywhere. He's like, you all right?
I come to scrum, saw your face, I thought, bless him, 400th game, he's leaving the field like that.
I'm just glad he hit me in the nose and not my teeth, because I've just had them done. So my teeth are brand new. But it was a tough game, all on a good side. And when you go into last, I don't know what it was, 10, 15 minutes, and you need a drop goal, and you know Sneed can drop them. It's always a big challenge, but we'll get there. We're improving every week.
The top 4 is the holy grail now with the current format after after all the rounds in there. You're looking at some of them teams, Wigan and Saints specifically, look really strong this year.
And nobody's mentioning Warrington, mate.
Yeah, Warrington.
They've been good.
Another.
Going under the radar. A little bit like Hull do. Go right under the radar. You come back in and think, whoa, there's not a lot in this in Cass. Cass have got some potential as well. It's going to be a tough one this year.
And it's time to drop down now into the Championship, and playing us out into the end of part 1 is Patch Walker, cousin of Chev Walker, and James Brown, as they give us the Batley teammates. Don't forget, keep it locked here for eSports for more Rugby AM after the break.
James Brown, nickname Brownie.
I'm Patrick Walker, nickname Patch. Brownie likes to think he is, but on going to Benidorm lately, he's not lived up to his expectations, really. I think Aney's all about budgie smugglers, isn't he?
Yeah, Aney loves the budgie smugglers.
He loves them.
Rowie.
Definitely Rowie. He's got his big panda paw, comes out and you've got no chance.
It's a close one between Rowie and Retty, but Retty takes it hands down.
Yeah, I'd say Retty. Probably Aney plays tricks in gym, shouting people and hiding around corners and that. We haven't got a ginger. No,
we've got rid of them all.
Yeah, we've got rid of them all.
Don Brombarney looks like Ian Beale from EastEnders.
With close to Andy Good.
Yeah. Have you seen Tommy Holland?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, she's
Not
alright.
yet, she's alright.
Yeah.
I'll go with him.
Tommy Holland. Patch. by far, I've never seen him sweat yet.
I'm always pushing it.
Yeah.
I know generally Buzz will wait for me.
Tom Lillicrop, he's missed 2 bad Mondays now, booked to come to Benidorm for end of season do last year, never turned up. And we did Spice Girls a couple of years ago, and there were only 4 of us.
He actually nearly stopped 4 or 5 lads coming on Benidorm do by not coming because they couldn't get the passports sorted out. Him. He loves the Queen's 3, 4, 5,
No, because I'm
6
attacking
and 7.
coach. That's what I just discuss some tips. I'd say pound for pound, either Dom or Leaky.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got some big lads like Rowie and Tommy Holland, but pound for pound, them borrowers, they're strong as all. It's got to be you.
Yeah, but I don't fancy myself.
Yeah.
I just push the envelope. Leaky's grown on him.
Yeah.
He's gone from his least worst to like one of his favourites.
I'd probably say Patch. He's got the scruffiest technique, but he just like every time he kicks the ball, he lands it perfectly every time. Just like toe bungs it.
I'll take that.
Fast,
gotta
he's
be
got fast. That's all he does. He's like a teenager still. He just games.
Faz, he always flares up at crowd and stuff when they're behind sticks. He can't help but turn around and say something to him, and his head just proper goes. Potsy.
Johnny Potts.
I always see him walking around in his full Batley gear, Potsy. One always seems to do well is JD.
Yeah, JD or Manning. Dane Manning.
Yeah, Dane. Dane's well up
And if
there.
he's not out, he wants you to go back to his house.
He's still out if no one else is out. Aney loves
Aney, yeah,
Twitter,
because he goes on about his coins a lot. Aney collects coins, so he talks about his coins quite a bit on Twitter.
Yeah, he's always searching for coins all the time.